Night fell like a shadowy hand slowly draping itself over the forest. Parked on a slope, our pickup truck marked the edge of civilization. We were leaving the last traces of town behind and entering the wild fields where wild boars often roam. The scent of damp earth, the smoky hint of scorched grass, and the soft hiss of wind weaving through the treetops all felt like echoes of old stories, tales of past encounters, breathless chases, and endings no one could predict. The hunting dogs, each fitted with a tracker, stood alert, their eyes glowing like sparks in the dark. The hunt had begun.
Faut que j'aille, Antoine. Il y en a deux, Antoine, au moins. Bouge pas, bouge pas, bouge pas. Bouge pas, bouge pas, Antoine, bouge pas. Bouge pas. Bouge pas.
The barking erupted like an alarm bell echoing through the forest. The entire pack of dogs charged into a dense thicket. Then suddenly, a wild boar burst out, caked in mud, its eyes burning red. It snarled, ready to charge, but it was too late. It all happened so fast, none of us even had time to breathe. I gripped my rifle tighter, not out of pride, but relief. Because every time a hog goes down, I can't help but wonder, if we'd been half a second slower, would it have been me lying there instead?
We probably just cut him and turn him loose.
Yeah.
Get out.
Keep on.
Woo, son!
There they are.
Dude, how?
Oh, this one. The dog relayed. He's on another one right there.
Another one over here.
Already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What in the heck? Oh no! What is that? Get off that!
Ouais, bah je vais y aller.
The truck rolled on, heading toward the flooded plains where wild boars often gather to feed. The dogs, fired up once again, scattered in every direction, sniffing, searching, locked in. Suddenly, a young boar shot out from a thick patch of grass. My brother leapt from the truck, boots landing hard in the soft mud. In just a few heartbeats, he had the hog pinned and tied down with the rope he always kept slung at his side. I watched him from a distance and thought, no victory is ever too small when it means keeping a whole village safe. Every hog we catch is one less night someone has to lock their doors in fear.
Oh yeah.
Right in the trees, right where we jumped the other one.
This is gonna get nasty, folks.
Okay.
Good boy, Toby. So we just cut that little boar hog that you just watched us catch. Lowell cut his nuts and turned him loose. I'm gonna show that in another video, an unmonetized video.
Ready to turn something out?
Yeah, the wind's coming from that direction. Let's just ride down this road.
The sound of barking echoed from deeper within the forest. Another boar had surfaced. The team moved in perfect sync, like we'd done this 100 times before. Some rushed ahead to block it, others closed in from the side. Within minutes, the animal let out a desperate scream, then collapsed, its knees hitting the ground, eyes wide as if it somehow knew. The fight was over. I let out a long breath, not out of joy, but from the quiet knowing that one more catch meant one more field would be safe next season.
There you go. You just caught one by hand. So what was the technique? What did you do to catch that thing? The hog? Catch. Okay, now. She's getting a live shot on her. Back up. Let's get her. Come on, back up, back up, back up. Damn it. Shit, let me. Damn it. Let me get in there. Can you back up all the way? Let's run down there.
In a stagnant patch of water, we spotted a herd of wild boars gathered together. I moved in carefully, choosing my position. Once the rifle was steady, I pulled the trigger. One dropped instantly. The rest scattered in panic. It was just one more trophy added to the day. But what I felt wasn't triumph. It was respect. Respect for the opponent that just fell. Because out here, every shot fired isn't just about winning, it's about choosing between survival and destruction. The numbers don't lie. Wild boars cause over $2 billion in damage to U.S. agriculture every year. For me, every pull of the trigger isn't just for myself, it's for the entire community that lives under constant threat. Hunting wild boars barehanded, it might sound crazy, but in truth, it's an extreme experience where instinct, strength, and courage are constantly being tested. With smaller hogs, you might have the upper hand, but with the bigger ones, a single mistake, and you could become the prey. Hunters like my brother aren't just out here for the thrill, They're often the last line of defense for local farmers. And behind every hunt like this, there's a quiet support system. Insurance programs that help farmers recover from lost crops, and brave hunters who risk their lives day after day. This isn't just a job, it's a responsibility. Thank you for joining us on this hunt. If you'd like to keep exploring the wild, where every day is a battle between man and nature, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next adventure. A day in the life of a professional hog hunter. Ever wondered what a typical day looks like for a professional hunter? In the wild, no 2 days are the same. Each morning begins with a new challenge, where instincts, skill, and razor-sharp focus are the only things standing between you and disaster. For me, tracking signs, reading terrain, and squeezing the trigger at the perfect moment is nothing new. And yet, each time I step into the woods, my heart still pounds like it's the very first hunt. The adrenaline, the anticipation, the absolute awareness. Today was no different. I spent the entire day doing what I do best, tracking and eliminating invasive wild hogs, the most stubborn and cunning creatures in the woods. They don't play by the rules, and neither do I.
Go ahead and put some more.
Sunlight cut through the trees, turning the air heavy and tense. I pause to check gear, sip water, wait for the next signal. Suddenly, a rustle, fast and loud. Dogs barked sharply to my left. Then, like a battering ram, a huge boar charged straight. Too close. No margin for error. I adjusted, fired. The first bullet hit the shoulder. It staggered. Second shot, fired. Down it went. A wild ambush, but the hunter still held the ground.
L'abbiamo trovati. I cani sono tutti a fermo. Trovati.
Aspetta che vengono giù,
Bomba! Sta qui!
Che sono io qui sotto, raga! Capito?
Dusk settled slowly over the old forest. The air grew cooler, but I refused to let my guard down. Out here, one moment of carelessness can cost you everything. As I crossed a dense thicket tangled with brush and low trees, I heard it, heavy breathing. Ragged, desperate. I knew that sound. A wild hog cornered. I moved quietly, shifting my position to gain a better angle, higher ground. And just as instinct predicted, there it was. A full-grown boar trying to retreat. It hadn't seen me yet. No noise. No sudden movement. I raised my rifle, drew a slow breath, then squeezed the trigger. The shot rang out, clean and sharp. The hog collapsed where it stood. No thrashing, no sound. A fast, merciful end. And just like every time before, it wasn't thrill or pride that hit me. It was the quiet satisfaction of knowing I did what had to be done. One less threat in the woods. One more day this land stayed safe.
Right here. Here we go. Big boar. Big boar.
Not every hunt goes smoothly. Sometimes things move so fast, instinct is the only thing you've got left. I was scanning the terrain, my eye fixed to the scope, when a black blur shot across my line of sight. A full-grown boar, barreling in close. Too close. No time to think. I jerked the rifle up to my chest and fired. The first shot hit, it staggered. But it didn't stop. I stepped back, chambered the next round, and fired again. That second shot brought it down. All of it happened in seconds, but my heart was pounding like I just dodged a bullet myself. Moments like that remind me, hunting isn't just aim and fire. It's staying sharp, breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat.
Passati i cani.
No.
Morto questo qui che avevano chiappato i cani.
Era quello ferito di prima, Dio.
Era quello ferito di prima di Federico. Raccontaci. Che gesta.
Taşla aşağı iniyor şu anda sürü. Tam bu kavakta. 52 tane saydım.
We pushed deeper into the northern stretch, a zone rumored to be crawling with fresh signs. And sure enough, there they were, a whole sounder of wild hogs clustered up ahead. I moved in a wide arc, slow and quiet, keeping my distance and avoiding every twig that might give me away. When the first boar stepped into range, I steadied my breath, then pulled the trigger. The shot landed clean. Almost simultaneously, the echo of my teammates' rifles cracked through the air. 3 hogs dropped instantly. The rest scattered in chaos, tearing through the brush. It was a quick strike, clean, coordinated, and effective. The tally kept rising, one by one area at a time.
Lan arkanızda ya domuz lan, kör müsünüz? Hala bana bakıyorlar ya.
Gördüm.
Karşıya bak.